Join me as I dive deep into some uplifting Bible verses and challenge myself to find peace and trust in God's timing during tough moments. Trusting in God's timing is a powerful mindset that can bring us hope and comfort during life's most challenging seasons. It's easy to get caught up in our own plans and timelines, but when we surrender our will to God's, we open ourselves up to a deeper sense of peace and understanding. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a season of waiting, wondering when God is going to come through? You're not alone. I think we've all been there at some point or another. We pray, we cry out, we wait, and yet it feels like nothing's happening. It's frustrating, it's confusing, and it can be downright disheartening. We start to wonder if God even cares, if He's even listening. We feel like we're stuck in a rut and we don't know how to get out. When we're in the midst of struggle, it's easy to let doubt and fear creep in. We start to question God's plan, wondering if we've somehow missed the mark or if we're just not good enough. We feel like we're fighting an uphill battle, and the enemy loves to whisper lies in our ear, telling us we're not worthy, we're not enough, or we're just plain foolish for trusting in God in the first place. But what if we could shift our focus? What if we could trade in our uncertainty for faith, our fear for peace, and our doubt for trust? What if we could learn to trust in God's timing even when it doesn't make sense, even when it feels like everything's falling apart? One of my favorite Bible verses is Psalm 27:14, which says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord." This verse is a powerful reminder that God is always with us, even in the waiting. It's a call to trust, to have faith, and to be strong in the midst of uncertainty. It's a reminder that God's timing is not our own, and that He is always working things out for our good. Another verse that brings me comfort is Isaiah 64:4, which says, "Since ancient times no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides you, who acts on behalf of those who wait for Him." This verse is a beautiful reminder that God is a God of wonders, a God who acts on behalf of those who wait for Him. It's a reminder that His timing is perfect and that He is always working on our behalf. Romans 8:28 is another favorite of mine, which says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." This verse is a powerful reminder that God is always working everything out for our good, even when we can't see it, even when it feels like everything's falling apart. I want to share a personal story with you that illustrates the power of trusting in God's timing. Several years ago, I found myself in a season of waiting, wondering when God was going to come through on a specific promise He'd made to me. It was a tough time, and I felt stuck, frustrated, and confused. But one day, I felt God whispering to my heart, "Trust me, I've got this." It was a small whisper, but it was powerful. And in that moment, I chose to trust. I chose to surrender my will, my doubts, and my fears to God. And you know what? It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I felt a deep sense of peace, a sense of trust that I'd never felt before. As we close out this video, I want to leave you with a sense of hope and encouragement. Trusting in God's timing isn't always easy, but it's worth it. When we choose to trust, we open ourselves up to a deeper sense of peace, comfort, and understanding. We open ourselves up to God's wondrous plans and His perfect timing. So I encourage you to hold on to these Bible verses, to hold on to the promise that God is always working everything out for our good. And if you're currently going through a tough season, I want to remind you that you're not alone. You're seen, you're heard, and you're loved. If you'd like to share your own experiences with trusting in God's timing, please leave them in the comments below. And if you're interested in delving deeper into faith during difficult times, be sure to check out our next video. Thanks for watching, and God bless.